What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sean Two Stacks, Lost Dev, Zeno Robinson.
Zeno Robinson.
Let's go.
We in the building.
I don't have as cool of a name as Sean Two Stacks. What's yours?
Lost Dev.
Lost Dev. Dang, I need to come up with something cool.
Hey man, your voice is cool already.
thank
It is,
you.
man. So
This is cool enough.
I work on the name.
first and foremost, man, how you enjoying DreamCon, man?
It's cool, man. I'm having a good time. Like it's real communal. So I just love tapping in with my community.
You have one for him there? Go ahead.
How many years have you attended DreamCon total?
This is my 4th year.
Your 4th year?
This is my 4th year. Yeah, I've been coming to DreamCon since like 21. So this is year 4. I didn't come last year because it aligned with Comic-Con.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, I think that's why they pushed it forward this year.
yeah.
Because Comic-Con and stuff like that.
Comic-Con took a lot of other like creators
A chunk of
away.
What was I about to say? How did you start off, man? Give us a rundown how you started off getting into this.
Yeah, man. I took a class in LA. It's like a program called All About Kids, and at the end of it, you got to audition in front of like a bunch of agents. And so one of them picked me up, and they signed me. And I booked right after that. I booked this show called Ben 10 Hero Generation, which ended up being Ben 10 Alien Force.
Right.
And that was like my first.
How,
Hell of a first job there.
I know, it was crazy.
especially for a show that took right off, like
Yeah.
so. This is a personal question for myself. You voiced several dope characters.
Oh,
Yeah, you're stacked.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much.
In the Pokemon.
Oh, thank you.
a newer one, Go Loser Ranger.
Loser Ranger,
I
man.
love that one. It's a
It's
slept
so
on one,
good.
but I love
I know,
it
man.
so much.
People need to watch, man. People are sleeping.
For real.
Yeah, it's a good one.
How do you pick the shows, or do you just
I wish I picked them.
do they seek you out, or
So it's kind of like a open call, like sort of an audition process. So oftentimes, like when a new show is coming out or something like that, like the company that's charged with like dubbing a show in English, or like even if it's like a cartoon or like a
Right.
video game, like whatever it is, there's a casting process, and the casting process is usually like a casting director or a studio will go have a roster and they'll go, hey, we're like working on the show or we're working on this new thing, like we would like you to audition. So they like send all these auditions out to everybody, and so you might get like between like 1 to 5 characters, right? Sometimes it's a lot, like if it's a game, like sometimes it's like 20 characters or something like that. But like you kind of, I guess there is a picking aspect, like you can pick which characters you can audition for, right? But a lot of the times as actors, we tend to like audition for as many as we can. Like we'll be like, I think I'll be good for this guy. I could kind of play this guy. I think this guy was the person I want to play the most, but like I could probably do these guys too. So yeah.
So the recording process, is it on site or you can do it remotely from home type script?
It depends. It depends on the actor's personal preference, and it depends on the studio's preference. So there's some studios who are like, you must be in town or you must be local to our area in order to come into the studio.
Yeah.
And that's often a quality thing. Like some studios don't trust the quality of a lot of home studios, even though like the home studios are built with the same equipment. But sometimes there's just a preference to working in studio, whether it's a quality thing or just an efficiency thing. Like it can be a little easier maybe if you're there and the engineer's there, you don't have to worry about the internet and stuff like that. But a lot of the actors can and have and still do work from home. Like a lot of studios like prefer it, or they're open to it, or they're with, and it helps them like get a wider net of actors. They can get actors from anywhere in the world and stuff like that. Especially if your setup is straight and you have like great equipment and great internet, and the studio's willing to do, like open to doing that. Like a lot of actors I know work from home, even if they're like in the same like town as the studio that they're working for. Like sometimes like actors just prefer to work from home, and that's like an option now.
So have you worked from home? Like, is there a role that you...
If you watched Kagami on Kuroko's Basketball, that was all from my home. I was all from home.
And the reason I asked that because, like, you play Hawks.
Yeah.
And where is that now in the story towards the ending of the series?
What do you mean? Like, am I recorded from home? Like,
No.
Oh, okay.
Because like Hawks get to like a real serious tone,
right.
and it's like I had to ask that because like the focus and like the emotional attachment that it has to those scenes in the show.
Yeah.
Would it make a difference being at home than versus being in the studio?
I see what you're saying. Okay. For me, I personally prefer working in studio because I just like being in an environment that's built
like
for
always
my
feels
job.
so,
You know, like I love the feeling of like driving to work, like driving to the studio, like walking in the studio, greeting the people there, and like getting some snacks and some tea, you know, and like and then going in and like having, you know, like there's just like a feel, like there's a very like there's a, you know, the rooms are bigger than my home studio room because I built my studio in like the middle of the pandemic. Like I rush built it, you know, so like the equipment is like is I think the way it's fitted is like the way that I prefer to work. It's a bigger space, a bigger room, more ways to like sort of get myself into the character and the mood of the scene.
Because I feel like if you was doing a remote from home, like I feel like I would be more relaxed with it and not as serious. Versus being in the studio, everybody waiting for me to go, you ready yet?
I think like once you established how you work, like you're less concerned with like everybody else. If not like you don't care about them or like you know, like not like you like disrespect like the people because you all are collaborating on a project together, you know. But I think you sort of, it's less self-conscious is kind of what I'm getting at. Like you're less self-conscious about the work or how the work is getting done, and you're more focused on doing the work. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to worry about like if they're waiting for you to do your take because you're either taking your time to get in the moment, or you know you're like, can I just have that one more time? Or you're like, okay, I'm ready. You know, like
So 2021, you said that was your first.
my first DreamCon.
Okay, I mixed it up. I'm sorry. How long you been doing voice work?
15, 16 years.
Okay, with that time span, out of all the characters you've done, who's your top 5?
My top 5, I'll have to say Remy from Big City Greens. That role saved my life. Junpei in Persona 3 Reload. Ogun from Fire Force. Fogado in Fire Emblem Engage. And maybe Vanitas in the case study of Vanitas.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I didn't know you did Ogun until somebody told me.
Yeah? I love that.
When he first showed up, I'm like, this dude hard. And then I'm hearing the voice, I'm like, why does this sound familiar? Like,
that's so funny.
I'm just like, why does it sound familiar? I'm like, and then somebody had to tell me, and I'm just like,
knew it.
I love
Zeno
like,
again.
A voice actor in a different, you know, project. You can kind of connect the dots, and then you're like, let me look it up. Look it up, boom.
You're right. I love that too. Like I'm always like, who is that? Who is that? Oh, I think that's like if you ever like watch a movie with me or watch a show with me, I'm always like, oh, that's, or I'll go, oh, hey, what are you doing here? You know, hey, Alex Lee, what are you doing here? AJ Beckles, is that you? You know, I'm always like, hey, I know them. Yeah, my goal always is, and, you know, I don't know if I'm successful or not at this, but I'm always like trying to be like, I want to make it as difficult as possible for someone to spot me in something else from, you know, so that means like I'm trying really hard to like make every character I play sort of distinct from one another as I can, you know, if I can. You know, sometimes, you know, you can only do so much, I think, with the voice you have, but you can do a lot. There are some actors who are like, I try to do that thing where I'm like, that's this actor, and I'm like, what? That's you? What the heck? You can do that voice? You know? So yeah.
Okay, so in Pokemon, you play 2 different characters, correct?
Yes.
And is that difficult in any way, or
no? Because they're
switching it up.
Yeah, they're kind of different. Like Go in Horizons was just the only kind of character, the main character I played, and he was like most of the time, pretty much the only character I played, unless they like threw me a Pokemon in an episode or there or an incidental or something. And that's relatively, I mean, sometimes it can be, he's a bit of a higher voice. So like if my voice wasn't like up to 100% that day, like those are the only days it would be like more difficult for me. But like Rotom Phone and Fuecoco in Horizons is kind of different. Like Fuecoco, playing a Pokemon is the hardest thing I've ever done in my career. It's so difficult. Yeah.
Hey, man, exactly. I was going to ask you like the hardest role that you've ever had.
Fuecoco. I think you have to spend a lot of time, well, at least for me, like I have to spend a lot of time with the Pokemon to understand like its nuances and how it speaks. And like my director is so specific on how like she wants things to sound and how she wants things to feel, and like you have to sort of create intentions and sentences in your head that translate to human, but with like you have to fit it in the flaps, and then you have to like use only the Pokemon syllables. So like Fue Coco, is like, right? And like, that's like, I have to like figure out like if he's eating and they go, do you like that Fue Coco? And he's like, oh yeah, like I love food, right? I have to figure out how do I get him to say I love food in his, there's like all these like different like crazy nuances that I didn't expect. Like when I booked it, I was like, oh, playing Pokemon is gonna be easy. I just gotta go in there, say a little thing, and go home. Yeah. But now it's like it turned out to be way more complex and way more challenging, which I like. I like being challenged in my art. So
okay, so if a series was to call you back, that was like ended, right? Per se. Out of all the ones you've done, which one would you definitely go back to?
Like a show that's ended? I have two answers. The Owl House, because it's such a great show, and I feel like there were so many cool stories that we still could have told in that world. But that is like, I think, a book they closed successfully and in a satisfying way. But man, I played this character named Fogato in this game called Fire Emblem Engage, and I love playing Fogato. He was so fun to play. And that game, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Fire Emblem series, but
we are.
Okay. So y'all know Three Houses, right? So like I heard, I spoke to a lot of my peers who worked on Three Houses, and they were like saying how long it took to finish the game, how long it took to record it, because they had to do, all the social stuff and all the dialogue and all the one-on-ones and the tea party stuff. So there's like all this time. So they got to play this character like through all these stages of their lives and things like that. And so when we finished Engage, I was like, that's it? I feel like so many aspects of Fogato that for me are left unexplored in his character.
So it feels more unfinished.
Yeah, and I like really wish like we got more DLC or more expansions or just more game, so I can keep playing Fogato in a way that makes me feel like I can close the book on his story.
When you're watching something that you've done, one of your projects, or playing a game, and it's your voice, does it feel different, or do you feel like you're playing the game?
It depends. Sometimes
because I know Hawks, for example, he changes a tune, and for everybody that's unaware, it's a big thing. It's a big moment.
Yeah.
Is that moment the same for you watching it back?
No, I think sometimes for me, because I'm not watching it for the first time, it has a different impact on me. Like a lot, like scene with Hawks and Twice. Like I'm sure that comes as a surprise to a lot of people who don't see that coming, right? So maybe when I'm in the booth, I'm like, whoa, like this happens if I don't know, right? Something that I read ahead, so I already knew. But like working on Dragon Ball, right? When I worked on the Dragon Ball movie, there's no source material, there's nothing I can study. So like all the stuff that happened in Gamma 2 was like a surprise, right? Mm-hmm. As I'm recording it. But all the stuff in the movie was a surprise. Like I got to see like Beast go on before like almost everybody. So like I'm literally in the booth like, yeah, my God. And then he's this. So like I'm trying to be professional at work, but I couldn't help it. Like I was like, this is so crazy. Like I've been waiting for this for so long. So like I was like freaking out, and then I had to like do the scene, right? Like I had to like,
dude, that gotta be tough. Yeah. Seeing some like learning that, and then you just gotta be like, all right,
yeah, back to gotta focus in and back in, yeah. So when I watch it again and when I rewatch it, it's new in the way where I go, okay, what did they go with? Mm-hmm. Right? Like, so, because sometimes we'll do like a couple takes, I'll throw in some ideas, and I'll be like, okay, like maybe we could do it like this, and then you guys just pick what you guys want when you edit it in, right? If you prefer. So like, it's all about like, how does it sound when it all comes together? That's a cool aspect of like hearing it back. It's like hearing how it all sounded. There's doing it in the studio and recording it and putting it in the can, and then like there's like getting the finished product at the end of it. That's like really exciting. But like also like as an artist, you're always just like, I don't know what kind of art you two do. But I'm sure there are a lot of elements, maybe even like working on this podcast, where you guys are like, dang, I wish I did that. Or, oh man, I wish we did this instead. Like that feeling of like we could perfect the tiny little thing. Like it was like why is that light over there? It's bothering me. I wish I moved it when we.
And it'd be crazy. Like when you create something yourself, you would be like, oh, I could have did this. But when somebody else watching it, they see perfection.
Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta be like, let's go leave that alone.
Yeah. You're like, wow, you think that? That's so interesting. That's so cool.
But I see the mistakes right there.
Yeah, like you don't see that. You don't think that's hot garbage. Like I would understand if you thought it was hot garbage, because I thought it was hot garbage. Right. So yeah, it's fascinating. But yeah, so It's always exciting to see how it comes together, but sometimes I spend too much time critiquing it. I'm like, okay,
Right.
I could have done that line.
Yeah,
I could have done
crazy,
that take
man.
better. I could have, yeah.
All right, man. To me, all in all, with this interview, I learned from you, bro. You got a dope job, and you love your job.
Thank you. Yeah, I love what I
So,
do, man, so much.
Kudos to you, man, for doing
Thank
this
you.
interview.
Oh, I appreciate y'all for having me.
Hey, man, it's
Yeah.
no problem, man. Hey, long time coming. This is
Man, I know. What, you did 3 years?
Right.
Bro, what
Right.
the heck? I appreciate your patience. I mean, I'm honored that you even consistently, like, if it were me, I would have been like, that dude don't want to talk to me. You know, like.
It's like we know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
We see it, and people get busy, and stuff happens.
And you know how DreamCon is.
Yeah, man.
Anything can happen,
Yeah,
man. So.
yeah. So I definitely appreciate y'all patience, and I definitely hope it was like worth the wait. Like,
Yeah,
of course. For
Okay,
sure,
cool,
for sure,
cool.
for
I'm
sure.
glad. As long as
Great
it's
interview,
yeah.
man.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, this is also. Are we ending it? Is this the end?
Yeah.
Okay, then I want to do a special shout out to Caleb. What's up, my boy? Nice to meet you. Hopefully we get to meet at DreamCon one day. But until then, this is a special shout out for you, brother.
Oh, and before we go, do
Yeah.
you have any projects that you're currently working on?
Yeah, that I can talk about is I don't know how much I can talk about this actually, but so we're deep into Go Loser Ranger season 2, which everybody should go watch.
Please.
When you're done with this, go watch Go Loser Ranger if you love me, and I'll know if you didn't. And so of course I'm on this show on Disney Plus, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I play Harry Osborn, which is super cool, and we've been greenlit for season 2 and a season 3. So it's really cool, really exciting. I love the entire team, and I can't wait for people to see what they have cooking.
It's crazy. I seen NPC Miles.
Where was it in it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
don't think so?
I'm sorry to do this to you guys. But
What?
I maybe I'm wrong, and I'm sorry, NPC Miles, if I lied on your name here. But I don't.
You didn't make an appearance? Like a
I don't
cameo?
think so. I don't think so.
Debunked.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's a voice actor named OG Banks who did additional voices in that episode. But if his real name is there and it's in the credits, of course, at the end of the episode, then I will gladly stand corrected because it would be super cool to be in, to have him make a cameo in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, like NPC Miles. However, I'm just not sure. I don't think so.
Right, because I know before it dropped, I kept seeing like after they did a teaser on the first episode, and then like all you seen everywhere.
I saw the articles, and I wasn't sure, so I didn't like speak on it because I just wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it was him. But like as the episodes came out, like I don't, maybe he put his real name, and I'm just not familiar with what the real name is. But like.
I don't know his real.
Yeah, but I know, I also just know the creator of the show is very vocal about like the cast and like which people made cameos and things like that. And for me, I was like, I felt like if MC Miles made a cameo, that would be an intentional choice, and that's something he would shout out. So, but maybe we'll get him next season. Maybe we'll get him next season. I don't want to be negative. I think that would be super cool. I don't want to say this to say like to crush people's dreams or to have any kind of feelings about that. But I just was like, I just don't know. I just don't know if he's actually in it.
Right.
But I just want to make it clear that I would love that. And if not, then join us in season 2 or 3.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Hey, check him out.
I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all for your patience.
It's no problem, man.
Yeah,
It's no problem.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me. And yeah.
We out.
Yeah. Out.